Hello, we're doing a preliminary flight deck setup and before start, followed up by an after start checklist for a Boeing 737-800 next generation. We're parked here in Hong Kong Kai Tak Airport, and we're going to be flying from here on the Alato 1 Alpha SID departure to Tokyo Narita. Captain is sitting here with me, and we're going to be following the two crew setup with challenge and responses and flows. Starting off, we're getting the aircraft from maintenance, parked here at the gate. It's on ground power right now, as you can see, with 400 hertz and 115 AC volts. So we've got good power to the aircraft, and maintenance has advised us that they have seen no snags or anything, so it's a good aircraft. The captain is getting ready to sign the logbook off with them. And I just got back from my walk around, and I'd already intermittently flipped that off, but the wheel well light would have been on. And now I'm on the doing my preliminary flow and waiting for the captain to be ready with getting away from maintenance, and we can start on the checklist. So first of all, getting in the airplane, I make sure that the battery's on and everything is looking good there, which it is. And again, we have ground power, so everything's looking good there. I've done a quick alignment on the IRSs, so they are showing properly in conjunction with the FMC, so that's good. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to turn on the emergency exit lights and have them armed in the event that we have to do a quick evacuation due to an oil spill, APU fire, something to that effect. So I'm going to start the APU now because we don't need ground power. We're going to have passengers boarding soon, and we should get that online. So initially, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to turn the APU gen switch to APU gen, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to turn the forward left fuel pump on. Now, every company has their own SOPs with regards to which fuel pump to turn on. Some companies prefer to turn the aft on. I prefer to turn the forward on because it's closer to the wing route and is more or less submerged in fuel all the time to keep the pump cool while it's working. So that's why we're going with that one. Now we're going to come over and we're going to turn the APU on. So the switch is here, down for a couple seconds, let go to on. Low oil pressure light has engaged. It'll stay on till about 35 psi, maybe 40 psi, and then the light will go out as the APU starts to run up. The EGT is running up right now, which is good. And eventually it'll stabilize, come back down again, and run around 400 EGT. So while it's doing that, I'll continue doing other things, and then it'll be online when I come back to it. Yaw damper, that's got to be switched on. Self-test, it's turned out. Navigation switches, they're all normal, and we shouldn't have to touch those unless we have issues with the IRS system or any of our navigation systems. Fuel temperature looks good. Hong Kong, subtropical climate, so we're in pretty good shape there. We don't have to worry about icing in the fuel or anything like that. Our crossfeed here, we'll turn it on, make sure it works. And transit, it's open. Close it again, transit, and closed. We're in good shape there. And we'll come back up here. Oh, APU's online now. 400 hertz and 120 AC volts. Looking good. So by the time I get back down there, I'll put it on the generators and we'll be working off of that. Here's the galley power. Pretty important. Everybody likes coffee while they fly. So we'll get that going. Now the cabin crew can start making coffee, and obviously for themselves as well. We're not selfish people, are we? All right, so the standby power, we don't really have to touch that at all. Make sure all the switches are guarded, and that's good. All right, APU is ready to go online. All right, everything seems to be working there. And now we're on the generator. It's good. We'll cancel the master caution. Now we can talk to the ground guys, eh? Maybe we'll get a hold of them if you want to do the ground call or whatever, and then when I see the guy, I'll give him the cool. There he is, right there. I'll give him the pull the external power, and that'll be going out here momentarily. Very good. All right, so we're clicking along again, and equipment cooling. Those are in normal position. That's good. Lavatory smoke light is out. That is also good. We've already played with the emergency exit lights already. And now we come down here. Our fuel, yeah, looks pretty good. We can get over to Tokyo. That's flight plan fuel. So what do you think? Turn on the seatbelts? Absolutely. Fuel truck's also gone. So turn those on, and never smoke on an airplane. It's no smoking lights on. Very good. Okay, wipers are in park. That's good for us. Come back up. Passenger oxygen is the way it should be. We got 3 green on the gear. That's good. Come over here and start turning on the window heat. We'll leave probe heat the way it is. We'll end up getting to that in the before start area. And again, every company's different. Engine anti-ice, we don't need any. It's pretty nice out, isn't it? Plus 15 degrees, a few clouds in the area, we're all right. Electric hydraulic pumps are off, that's good. The engine-driven ones are on. Engines are off, so that works for us. All these lights are out, that's a good thing. CVR, we'll test it out. Status is good with a green light. The pressurization, cabin altitude set for Hong Kong, that's good. There's nothing going on there. Cabin climb is reading 0. That is also a good thing. All right, we'll come back up here now to our environment. We'll turn the trim air on. That's always got to be in the on position for us. We'll get the recirc fans going, so the assist the cabin with the gas vents and whatnot. We've got the APU running. We can go with APU bleed air on. This dual bleed is just to prevent us from the APU and the engines drawing from the same, but with the engines not running, that's okay. We'll cancel that. And now we'll turn on our air conditioning and get some air flowing for the passengers in the back. Okay, so all our bleeds are on. That's good. Air conditioning is going to the cabin. We're flight plan to go over to Narita at 330. The altitude for Narita, oh great, it's already put in for us. It's 150 feet. I believe it's 135, so the next increment would be 150, so we're already set there. That's good. All the lights are off on the walk around. Wingtip lights are looking good and they're in steady. That's excellent. Engine start switches are both in off right now. We'll use the right igniter as I'll be flying over to Tokyo today on the right side, and everything else is off over there. We'll come down here to our panel here. Got VOR1, VOR2, hectopascals, 1013 set on both sides, checked. And we're in barrel right now. We'll set that up later. Got map mode set at 20 miles range. Our course to leave on the Eps.1 Alpha is 136, if you could set that. And we've been cleared on the Eps.1 Alpha to 7,000 feet. And that is also set. Bank selectors 30, heading 136. And that's set. Heading select. We'll go on with flight directors, please. Thank you very much. And you've got you've set up 145 on the V2. Thank you very much. And that is in the speed window and set. Auto throttle will be set later on. We'll come down here and check out our autopilot and auto throttle annunciator lights. They're checked out, looking good. Park brake set. 3,000 psi for brake pressure, looking good. Got 3 green, matches what's on the overhead, and the gear is down. RTO on the auto brake, checks out. Engine screen looks good, all the quantities and everything looks good on there. N1 and speed ref is in auto, which is good. We'll be using the FMC today. Fuel flow reset. We don't want to use the other guy's fuel in our altitude or our fuel correction calculations, so we've reset that. That looks good. And I checked the standby, also looks good. I guess we can do a light test if you want. Sure. Right. Checking all our lights. Okay. All the lights are showing okay. I checked, there's 2 lights up there that aren't functioning, but we have nobody sitting in the jump seat today, so we can get away with that. Well, maybe if you want, you can mention it to maintenance when we come back. Everything else looks pretty good. What do you think?
All good.
Okay. All right. Lights have been tested. So, speed brake's down. Flaps are at 0 and indicating. Thrust reversers are down. Thrust levers are down at idle. Step trim cutout switches are guarded. Engine start levers are cut off. And you've got the park brake set and looks good. Watch your ears. I'll be testing the fire protection system. All right, that checks. Appropriate lights are on. Cancel the bell. And that checks out as well. We'll check the fire extinguishers, make sure that they're looking good. The 3 green and 3 green. Excellent. Our radios are set, and our navs now. I see that you got the Charlie Hotel VOR up on your side. I've got the Tango Hotel up on my side for the VORs. That's fine. They gave us a weird squawk code today of 1500, but that is up to them, not us. And we'll test the TCAS.
TCAS test. Pass.
That's good. We won't need the weather radar, at least for now. And the forecast on the flight plan showed that Tokyo weather's looking pretty good. Radios and audio interphones are all set, and aileron and rudders, our trim is set for departure. I guess we're ready for a checklist.
All right, I think we can start our pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Is tested and at 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation, transfer, and display switches.
Are in normal and auto.
Window heat.
Window heat is on.
Pressurization mode selector.
Is in auto.
Flight instruments.
heading of 047, and our altitude is 0020.
Okay, I got 047 and 20 feet.
Alright.
Parking brake,
Is set.
engine start levers.
Our in the cutoff.
Pre-flight checklist is complete. Okay, I think I heard the cabin crew say they were coming up and they're ready for departure.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's good. They're gonna close and lock us in. So I'll do the before start flow. Okay, good stuff. So we need to turn on all the fuel pumps for our flight. We only got 60 kilos in the center tank. Maybe we'll turn those on in cruise and drain the rest of the tank out. Okay, sound good? All right, I'm going to turn the probe heat on. We were given the okay to put the electric hydraulic pumps on now, so we're good there. And with the pushback and engine start, I'm going to turn the packs off, ensure the seatbelt signs are on, and turn the anti-collision on. And I guess
We can do our before start checklist.
sounds good. Okay, flight deck door.
It is closed and locked.
Fuel,
So we have 4,000 kilos, and the pumps are on.
check. Passenger signs.
Passenger signs are on.
Windows,
Are locked.
and locked on the right. The MCP,
Right. So our V2 is set at 145 with a heading of 136, and we're cleared up to 7,000.
I check all that. Takeoff speeds.
Our speeds, V1 is 134, VR is 135, and V2 is 145.
V1 134, VR 135, V2 145 set. CDU pre-flight.
Is complete.
Rudder and aileron trim. Yeah, it looks free and zero, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. The taxi and takeoff briefing.
Is complete.
Complete. Anti-collision light.
Is on.
4-star checklist is complete. All right. I could see a guy over here. Do you want me to ask if we can remove the chocks?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, remove the chocks. And good stuff. Hong Kong ground, Alpha Foxtrot Sierra 123, request pushback from parking stand 40. I check, thank you very much. Okay, we are cleared for push and start.
Okay.
Okay, the guy said you're good to release the brakes.
Alright. Brake is off.
Check, and you are cleared to start at your leisure, sir.
Okay, so we're going to start engine number 2.
Check.
Put that to ground.
Check, timing started. Right, so we'll look for a minimum of 20%, but you'll throw the fuel on at 25, correct?
Okay.
Check. Okay, there's 25%.
Engine cut off to idle.
All right, good stuff. Low oil pressure lights going out on schedule. And we had N1 when you put the fuel on, that's good. EGT looks normal, fuel flow looks normal. 56% coming up right now. There's the snap and a starter cutout. Looks like a good start on engine number 2, Captain.
Alright.
Why don't you go ahead and start engine number 1? I think they say it's clear.
Alright, engine number 1. same as the other one, to ground.
Check. Timing started. There's 25%.
Engine 1 fuel cutoff to idle.
Check. Oil pressure light is out. Good stuff. EGT's rolling within limits. Fuel flow looks good. Should get a started cutout here any second. There it is. And the valve's closed. Good start on engine number 1. All right. I'll go ahead and do the flow if you're ready.
All right.
Okay. Let's put the generators online. That's good. APU. I'll let that kind of spool down for a second. Come back up here, have a look at everything. Looks good. To avoid a dual bleed, turn the packs on. Isolation valves auto. Everything looks good there. Right on. Come down here. Engine start switches are in continuous. And we're going to flaps 1. Flaps 1 has been selected. We'll wait for one indication and a green light. There it is, and recall. Okay.
We can do our before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
Radiators are on.
And probe heat.
Is on.
Anti-ice.
Anti-ice is all off.
Isolation valve.
Is in auto.
Engine start switches.
Are both 2 continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Auto brake.
Set 2 RTO.
Engine start levers.
Up 2 idle.
And check the detent. Flight controls.
Pull left. Pull right. Pull back. And pull forward.
All right, we checked. And the rudders are checked. I checked that. Ground equipment.
Is clear.
And clear right. Before taxi checklist is complete. Everything's good. I'm going to shut the APU off. And generators look good. Okay, folks, that's the completion of the preliminary flight deck setup and engine startup for a Boeing 737-800 next generation. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.